Hey guys, what's going on? Massivebeatzz here with a video about the all-new Amek 250 in comparison with the Knif Soma and also a little bit with the Tomo Lisa. It seems like there isn't a month or a couple of months without a new plugin Alliance king of the EQs or compressors coming out. And when you read the comments, it's first it was the Amek 200, then the Soma came out. Everyone says the Soma is so much nicer, and or some people said that, and now some people say the Amek 250 is so much nicer, takes the crown. But that's usually the comments that are so super, enthusiastic in the beginning. So I decided let's have a look together, and I'm gonna play them on the track here. At the end, we're gonna do it on the mix bus. We're gonna start with the drums and then maybe do a little bit on the guitar, maybe the bass as well. Compare them. I'm just gonna throw in the Tomo a little bit. It's in just the EQ section, not so much the dynamic section, and just see how they compare. We're also gonna look at the harmonics. It's adding the second and third order harmonics, odd and even. And yeah, I want you to be the judge and tell me what you think. Hopefully we can get the quality good enough that it translates. I'm not gonna try to push those too crazy hard, but we're gonna try to find out how they feel and what the differences are. All right, I'm gonna stop this track here. That's how it should be. And of course, we're gonna disable this. I don't want the sound to be, the dynamics to be messed with. We're gonna leave it around here. And that is the tape saturation plugin. Take that off. So I'm going to take this off as well, so we have a little bit less coloration going on. Let's play this really quickly with the Amek. Out. In. All right, let's try this with the Knif. Amek. And for in comparison, here's what I came up with on the Tomo. see how we increase the THD, the total harmonic distortion. Bring it back to normal. Turn that off again. So basically, the stereo width just turns up the sides a little bit. Turn it off again. I think I had this on MS by accident. Values are the same, so it shouldn't make too much of a difference. Let's do this here. So with the Knif, we don't have the option to increase the THD. That is a given. I'm missing that here. I'm saying missing that only on a functional level. I don't miss it personally. So just for good measure, Lindell here. Fills it up nicely, even though the EQs are quite differently, the shapes. Let's go ahead and move over to the guitar, the solo part. I'm doing here. Just wanted to bring the guitar a little bit more forward. I can solo this for you. Exaggerating a little bit. Let's try the same thing with Knif. Nothing. So I would say the Knif is sweeter. The Amek is a little bit more precise. Dial tones in really accurately. So one of the things is that this here is not a fixed number. This is just like with the Amek 200, continuously selectable. And you also have that, like I mentioned before, the THD that you can increase. What I was going to do at this point is just going to bring up the test oscillator. Nice little plug-in here called Decibel. Bring that into the mix. There we go. can make this super wide. Want to recommend this because this runs also standalone at the end of your signal chain in your audio interface. So you can compare it to all the streaming software, whatever you have. Yeah, so we have a 100 hertz tone. All the plugins are here neutral. So we just want to know what they're doing. This is Amek now. So we have an odd one here at 300, going from 100 to 200. Not much else going on. Now, if we increase the THD, this just gets stronger. We don't have anything else, really. It's pretty clean, but not what I necessarily expected. Here we go. And now we do the same thing with Knif. You have a lot more going on here. On the even side, 200, 400, but also you get the 300, you get the 500. So what is that? Third order, second, fourth, fifth, and so forth. Odd and even harmonics. You got more going on with the Knif. It colors the sound more. Remember, this is a mastering EQ. We don't necessarily always look for coloration. Let's look at the Tomo. Here. This is Lisa. That's going haywire here. Haywire is a strong term. Well, if you do the Lindell, also in neutral. Yep, same thing. 200, 300, 400. If you compare that with the TR5 Master EQ, it's much less. We almost got nothing here on these uneven harmonics here. A little here at the 500. Goes very far out, but it's very, very little. Pretty much inaudible on the dangerous backs. All right, so that's being out of the way. Not that that's the most important thing. I thought I shared that with you. Yeah, I wanted to do the bass really quickly. Here we go. So on the bass, I wanted to boost a little bit on the 100 in the 100 hertz area, a little bit below actually, and also 1500 hertz or so for those finger noises to get a little bit more of that string grit back. And also, yeah, let me play it. Let's get that character back. Dial it back a bit. So bring a little bit more life out. Right, same thing on Amek. And here it helps really with the Amek that you're able to really dial in the frequency. That makes a big difference. So it's better of a use as an instrumental EQ. I would say the Knif being a broader stroke EQ is a little bit better, you know, for buses. So I hope these differences are being heard. I'm going to do it one more time without any music. Also, the Q values are not the same. All right, so we're gonna bring everything back with Amek. Just raising by 1 dB. I'm going to bring about 220 hertz back on the side channel here. Here we're going to run in mid side because it started to sound a bit anemic. Got the snare sounding a bit boxy. Bring out this on the sides a bit. As always, gain adjust. Fuller, warmer, better. And now, of course, if we now run this into limiter, just a tiny bit. We go to the beginning. We're getting there. Yeah, so without it just sounds more boxier. Let's try to do this with the Knif and see where we end up here on the stereo bus. If I got this right here, I changed it to around 10K, and then in the 40K region, that little bump here on the side as well. Yeah, and then I think it took a little bit down, 970, 888, took down by almost a dB. Let's see if we can do that here. I'm sorry, that is incorrect. That would be here. Yeah, so they have this flip. Left, right here is mid-side, and here it's top down. So good, it's fine. Yeah, this nasaliness. Boxiness, right? You're the judge on the Massivebeatzz. Also, like the width knob here is super sensitive, 107. It's just like a hair over the 100% mark here. It's 106. Yeah, you have a little bit. It's a bit easier to dial in. And therefore, I screwed up. Listen to the sides. Quite different. What do you think? It's a shelf right there, right? Also, the flexibility, of course, of high-pass filters, much better than the Knif, which is a hardware replication, which doesn't have that complete freedom. All right, so to sum it up, I think the Amek 250 is really awesome. I don't have the 200 anymore, but I think the Amek 250 is not as sterile, if that makes any sense. Now, the Knif is a special beast in its own way, and I wouldn't necessarily say choose one or the other. I think you can have both. I will probably pick this up, to be honest. This is a really, really great EQ. The ease of use is fantastic. So I think this working with the softer strokes and this working with the precision, I think you can cover most instruments and most buses, and certainly the master bus with this. I'm quite impressed with it, and I can't say enough. The Lisa is also really, really, really good. It's a bit more complex, but once you figure it out, you can do certain things that you can't do with these two, of course, because you have that dynamic component. All right, Massivebeatzz out. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.